think it's recording.
I was just trying to be cool.
Hello, it's Izzy. I'll tell you guys about a really scary story that happened to me. It was either late May or early June, and I decided I wanted to go see my aunt and uncle across the country. So my mom bought me tickets for me to fly alone for the first time. You know, I was like, okay, I got this, because I've been traveling since I was like literally 0. I was like, okay, I'll be fine. It was only one flight, about like a 3-hour flight. Okay, so I was traveling to Minnesota. I get to the airport and I'm like, I'm kind of having like a little bit of anxiety, but I took my meds and I was fine. So the plane ride was great. I got a bunch of snacks that I didn't need. It was really calm. I read a book, edited some pictures. It was great. About 20 minutes before we're supposed to land, we get, "This is your captain speaking." And I was like, oh, he's gonna tell us we're about to get ready to land. And instead of that, he goes, "We're gonna have to land in Rochester." I was supposed to be landing in Minneapolis. It's like a 20-minute plane ride, basically. I was like, okay, I'm alone. And everyone was like complaining, and I took my headphone out. Wait, we're not landing in Minneapolis, we're landing in Rochester? Yeah. Like, oh my goodness. I'm alone and afraid. I call my aunt when we land in Rochester, and I was like, we're in Rochester. And so she's like, oh shoot. She's like, call me back when you get more details. Either are flying back or if you have to take a cab to Minneapolis, she had to come and get me. So I was like, dang it. But I was like, kind of okay because I didn't have a connecting flight in Minneapolis or anything, so I was like kind of chilling. I was just a little freaked out. It was like, my first time traveling alone. Finally the captain's like, okay, we're gonna fly over to Minneapolis in a few minutes. So I was like, okay, perfect. So we finally get there and I meet my cousin. Everything was cool. I had a really good time. We went boating and we did a bunch of stuff. We had a really, really good time. I love seeing my family. But then on the way back, I was like, okay, the flight's gonna be fine. Earlier that day, I started getting like a stomach ache and I was like, what is going on? Maybe I just ate gluten or something. So I was like, okay, I'll be fine. And I took an anxiety med and I just went on with my day. I went to IKEA with my aunt and uncle. My stomach was still hurting and I was like, dang it, like this really sucks. I have to get on a plane and my stomach still hurts. And I started having like really bad anxiety. I get to the airport and they drop me off. We say our goodbyes and I'm still a little worried for some reason. Like my gut is telling me something's gonna go wrong. And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, you're more likely to die in a car crash than a plane crash. Saying all these statistics in my head. I'm fine. You know, I'm in line, I go through security. I'm still worried. Maybe like my anxiety's just acting up. I get on the plane. I have all my snacks that I bought once again because I just buy food randomly. And I'm like super nervous for some reason. So I put my headphones in and I relax and I'm just listening to music and I'm reading a book. And we take off and we're fine and we take off fine. We hadn't really gotten to the altitude that we were supposed to be at yet, and I was like, they hadn't taken off the like seatbelt sign yet, so I was like, this is weird, it's been like a while. All of a sudden, I don't know why I'm smiling. All of a sudden, the captain comes on. "This is your captain speaking." I was like, what now? We don't have enough fuel to get as high into the sky as we need to. I'm like, okay. I'm kind of like sitting there. I just felt really like helpless, and I was so scared. What did not help was there was this girl, let's say like my seat was here, she was like in front of me but like diagonally like across from me. She starts freaking out and a bunch of other people start freaking out, but there's this one girl, she's really scared, which was making everyone else around me scared and was making me scared. The plane, I don't think it had anything really to do with the amount of fuel. It could have, but I really think that there was a lot of turbulence on the way down because we had to land again to refuel the plane. Sorry, my camera cut out, so we made some pasta.
Pasta's good.
I don't even know where I was. What was I saying? Dang it, I have to check the last clip. I try to keep my cool the best that I can because, like I said before, I have really bad anxiety. You've been on a plane thousands of times. It's gonna be fine. We just have to land again. But my brain just got the best of me because the plane is bouncing everywhere. It's really scary. People are yelling, trying to call their family. I'm kind of just sitting there like, I have no one. I'm alone on this plane and I'm so scared. I start to cry. There's this older guy diagonally in front of me. He turns around, he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be okay." And meanwhile, I'm literally hyperventilating. Like looking around and things are starting to like get blurry. He's like, "Here, hold my hand." Okay. He's older than my mom. So I held his hand the rest of the ride down. There's a lot of bumps. I knew that it would have been creepy, obviously, if it wasn't like a really scary thing that was happening. But obviously this guy was a really nice person. I was really grateful that he was sitting in front of me, because if not, I probably would have maybe hyperventilated so much that I would have passed out, or I would have just like not been okay. Finally, we land and he's like, "Look, we're landing." I was like, "Okay." The plane is silent. We get off the plane in Minneapolis. They roll out this thing. It's like, "Have a snack on us." And I was like, "Wow, thanks. How about filling up the plane with fuel?" I call my mom. I call my aunt. I knew I had to get back home somehow. So I think my thing was I had to get back on the plane. I did somehow. It's like getting back up from a really bad fall. Please travel. It's worth the small, extremely small risk. The world is beautiful and big, and you should see as much of it as you can. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see you whenever. Bye.
I was just trying to be cool. I was just trying to be like you.